The latest Bureau of Labor Statistics report reveals a stark reality that is sending shockwaves through the nation. Unemployment has now reached its highest level in 4 years, a milestone that few expected just months ago. This isn't just a number on a chart. It's a warning sign that the American labor market is facing real and growing challenges, with ripple effects that touch every corner of society. For millions of families, the sense of economic security is slipping away, replaced by anxiety about the future and how to make ends meet. The days of "we're hiring" signs in every window are gone, replaced by hiring freezes, layoffs, and businesses struggling to stay afloat. This marks a significant turning point after years of steady job growth and historically low unemployment rates, signaling a new and uncertain era for workers and employers alike. The trend is broad and far-reaching, affecting nearly every sector of the economy, from technology and manufacturing to retail and hospitality. Behind these statistics are real people, software engineers, construction workers, factory operators, now facing the harsh reality of job loss, or reduced hours, and the uncertainty of what comes next. The narrative of a tight labor market, where workers had the upper hand and employers competed for talent, is quickly shifting as opportunities dry up. Wages and opportunities are no longer rising as before, and many workers are now worried about keeping the jobs they have, rather than finding better ones. Small business owners, gig workers, and even recent graduates are all feeling the pressure, as the path to stable employment becomes more uncertain. As we close out 2025, the challenge is to understand what's driving this dramatic change and what it means for workers, businesses, and the nation's overall economic stability. The work of responding to this new reality begins now, as leaders, communities, and families come together to find solutions and chart a path forward in these challenging times. Unemployment isn't just a statistic, it's a reality that touches lives in deeply personal ways, affecting families, friends, and entire communities. Behind every number are thousands of personal stories, each one unique, each one filled with uncertainty and hope for a better future. It's a parent sitting at the kitchen table, anxiously sorting through bills, wondering how to keep the lights on and food on the table for their children. It's a recent graduate, diploma in hand, facing a job market that seems closed off, sending out resumes and waiting for a call that may never come. It's a small business owner, forced to make heartbreaking decisions, letting go of loyal employees who have become like family. Rising unemployment brings with it a wave of anxiety and hardship, rippling through neighborhoods and towns across the country, leaving no community untouched. When people lose their jobs, they cut back on spending, which means local businesses struggle, storefronts close, and main streets grow quiet. As businesses cut back, the risk of a broader economic downturn, or even a recession grows, threatening the stability of the entire economy. Government budgets are squeezed as tax revenues fall, making it harder to fund essential services like schools, healthcare, and infrastructure. At the same time, more people turn to social services for help, putting additional strain on already stretched resources and support systems. The economic health of our nation is directly tied to employment. When people work, communities thrive, and the country moves forward. A job is more than just a paycheck. It's a source of identity, purpose, dignity, and a sense of belonging within a community. The psychological toll of unemployment, stress, depression, and isolation can be just as devastating as the financial impact, affecting mental health and relationships. Job losses often hit lower-wage workers and vulnerable groups the hardest, deepening existing inequalities and making it even harder for some to recover. As unemployment rises, hope can fade, optimism erodes, and the very fabric of our society is tested, but communities often come together to support one another. This number matters because it reflects not just our economic vitality, but also our collective well-being, resilience, and the strength of our social bonds. Understanding the forces behind unemployment is essential, not only to address the economic challenges, but to truly grasp and respond to the human cost at its core. To understand the rising tide of unemployment, we must turn our attention to the Federal Reserve's ongoing battle against inflation, a challenge that has been at the forefront of economic policy. The Federal Reserve, often seen as the guardian of economic stability, has been actively engaged in this fight. Over the past 2 years, the Fed has strategically raised interest rates in an effort to cool down an economy that was overheating, a move that was both bold and necessary. Higher interest rates mean that borrowing becomes more expensive, which in turn slows down demand for homes, cars, and business expansion. This ripple effect is felt across various sectors. The ultimate goal was to achieve a soft landing. a delicate balance of taming inflation without triggering a full-blown recession, a task easier said than done. Initially, this approach seemed to work as inflation began to fall. However, the side effects of these measures are now becoming increasingly apparent. Businesses are now grappling with higher borrowing costs, which make new projects less attractive and financially. Today's labor market is fundamentally different from before 2020. The pandemic accelerated trends, remote work, worker leverage, and shifting priorities. The Great Resignation gave workers power, but that era is ending. Businesses are tightening up, reducing perks, and focusing on efficiency. Remote and hybrid work changed job geography but also exposed roles to global competition and automation. Urban centers and service sectors reliant on office workers have struggled. Worker expectations for flexibility and balance now clash with a tougher job market. Many who once had options now face fewer choices. The post-pandemic transformation is ongoing, and rising unemployment signals a new, more challenging phase. The labor market is adjusting, and the transition is far from over. Unemployment isn't rising evenly. Some sectors are hit harder. Manufacturing is contracting as demand for goods and borrowing slows. Construction is suffering from high mortgage rates and reduced demand for new homes and offices. Job losses ripple through trades and suppliers. The tech sector, once a job engine, is now cutting staff after overhiring during the pandemic. Pressure for profitability has led to layoffs at both big firms and startups. These slowdowns don't stay contained, they affect local businesses, suppliers, and entire communities. When factories or construction sites go quiet, the impact spreads. Sector-specific pain is fueling the broader rise in unemployment. The ripple effects are being felt nationwide. For families, rising unemployment means real stress and tough choices. Lost paychecks force households to dip into savings or take on debt. Even those still employed feel anxious, cutting back on spending and delaying big purchases. This caution slows the economy further, risking more layoffs. Financial stress strains relationships and shifts family roles. Young people face a tough job market, sometimes taking jobs below their skills or moving back home. Lower wage workers are hit hardest, deepening inequality. The struggle to find work can be demoralizing, making the future feel uncertain. The effects of unemployment are personal, immediate, and lasting. Wall Street's reaction to labor data is complex. Sometimes, bad news for workers is good news for markets. Rising unemployment can signal that the Fed may cut rates soon. Lower rates make borrowing cheaper and stocks more attractive. But if job losses accelerate too quickly, markets worry about a deep recession and falling corporate profits. Investors watch unemployment numbers closely, trying to gauge if the slowdown is controlled or spiraling. The bond market also reacts. Rising unemployment usually means falling yields as traders expect rate cuts. These market moves are early signals of where the economy might be headed. The latest data has investors on edge, watching for signs of either stability or deeper trouble. The stakes are high for both Main Street and Wall Street. It's vital to distinguish between a cooling labor market and a crash. What we're seeing now is likely a necessary slowdown after years of rapid job growth and high inflation. A cooling market means gradual unemployment increases and slower wage growth, not mass layoffs. This is the soft landing the Fed hopes for. A crash, by contrast, is a sharp spike in job losses and a collapse in confidence. So far, the rise in unemployment is gradual, not catastrophic. Policymakers and investors must read the signals carefully to avoid a deeper downturn. The coming months will reveal whether we're on a path to stability or facing a harder fall. Unemployment at a 4-year high marks a turning point for the U.S. economy. We're leaving behind the era of pandemic stimulus and tight labor markets, entering a more uncertain phase. The challenge is to manage this slowdown without triggering a deep recession. Policymakers must balance fighting inflation with supporting growth and protecting vulnerable workers. This moment also offers a chance to build a more resilient, equitable economy. Investing in new technologies, workforce training, and stable jobs can turn crisis into opportunity. As we look to 2026, the nation faces a test of resilience and adaptability. The journey won't be easy, but smart choices can help us emerge stronger. Our economic future depends on understanding these forces and responding with compassion and foresight.